have a 12-hour charge. I don't know if I've ever sold another tablet.
Oh my gosh.
It's a 12-hour charge, and that screen, again, is a 1080p high definition in-plane switching. Look, when I turn this to the side, it looks the same as when you're looking pretty much straight on. So that means if your kids are watching a movie together, you're playing games with your kids or whatever, everybody can see the tablet. I also want to point out the size of this. The Fire tablets come in 3 different sizes. This is the largest size. So if you compare it to a 7-inch tablet, it's roughly approximately 2.5 to 3 times the size of a 7-inch tablet. I think what everybody loves about these tablets the most, about Amazon tablets the most, Fire tablets the most, is how simple they are to use. So let me spend a moment, if I may, showing you a couple of things. This, they used to call it the carousel. Now it's just a home screen. You see across the top all of these different categories. All you do is take your finger and give it a swipe. So if you want to go into your home section, which are apps that you use a lot and apps that are preloaded, that's all there for you. If you want to go into books, and when it comes to books, I'll talk in a moment about something called blue shade. So this actually blocks the blue light from the screen for you. So if you like to read before you go to bed, and you don't want it to kind of overactivate your brain, make it hard to sleep, that's built in. All of your video is in one place. All of your games are in one place. Shopping, I would imagine if you're watching tonight, you're probably a shopper like we are. Music, that's probably the #1 thing that I use Alexa for. So again, I have an 18-month-old, so we listen to a lot of, we listen to all kinds of music actually. But when I want to listen to kids music or Sesame Street or whatever, it's just a matter of asking it to play that kind of music, and it's at your fingertips. If you happen to be an Amazon Prime member, there's even more at your fingertips. Audible.com is actually owned by Amazon. So if you like to listen to books, which I love to do, that's available to you, and the newsstand as well. One other thing while I'm sort of close to my screen, if I may show you, this is different than most 10-inch tablets. If you buy, for example, an iPad, or if you buy a Microsoft Surface, they have fixed memory. So if you buy 32 gigs, that's as much as you're going to have forever. This is different. You see this little slot? This is an SD card slot, and we're also including a 32 gigabyte SD card. So when you buy your tablet tonight, you're getting 64 gigabytes of built-in, well, I should say 32 gigabytes of built-in and 32 gigs of additional memory. You now have a 64 gigabyte tablet. What's even more exciting about that to me, maybe down the road you want to download just tons of movies, tons of music, tons of games, and you don't want to run out. You don't want to have to worry about upgrading your tablet because you run out of memory. Well, you know what? That's expandable to 512 gigs, which is basically the size of a computer.
Wow. That's crazy. That's half a, what's after gigs?
A half a terabyte.
Half a terabyte. That's insane.
Yeah. It's a half a terabyte of memory in your hands. I will mention quickly the way that I'm able to present any tablet I present on air. This is called the G-Hold. Suzanne has actually all of the colors in front of her. People love this with larger screens like the 10-inch screen.